that maybe had just started walking upright or, and they found them and went, all right, that'll work. And then like did something, and all of a sudden, a couple thousand years later, here we are, like fucking
3 white guys making a podcast.
Welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, recorded live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And that's why I call my stomach ulcers Spencer and Hunter.
Thanks for that.
They say the best compliment anybody can give you is naming something after you.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so there.
That's why Spencer names
imitation and flattery and all that.
Yeah, that's why if Spencer has a tumor, it'll be called Casey.
That's right.
I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
Keep going.
I'm a tumor.
You shouldn't name things that you're going to kill, though.
Anyways.
It makes it harder.
Spoken like a true psychopath.
Oh. We took a week off, and I thought that would help, but I don't think anything's changed.
Spoken like a true crazy person.
For sure.
All right, so guys, what's up? There's a lot that's happened. The most notable thing that's happened in Knoxville was this giant flood that happened. Like, we got more rainfall than we've ever gotten. I think in the history
something bigger than the flood is got to be our live show.
It was bigger than the flood.
What's funny is the flood came immediately after the live show, almost like there was sort of like a biblical like rendering from it,
Yeah, just wash away the sin of our live show.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live show. Hopefully you heard it on our podcast channel on YouTube and on all the socials and whatnot. Hopefully Spotify. I like listening to it on Spotify.
I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun too. We want to thank everybody that came out, everybody that participated, and it took fucking forever to edit the episode. So we hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it, and hope that you guys will sign up to do another one. And we want to absolutely go back and thank the guys from Geezer's Brewery, Will from Central Depot, everybody that showed up and participated. Like, how great was that? I mean,
my brother made a surprise visit, and I didn't recognize it was him for the first hour, and he wouldn't let me live it down the entire weekend.
He'll never let you live it down.
Yeah, it was amazing. Brian Bishop, thank you so much, dude. Like, can't thank you guys enough. So anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed the event. If you came to the event, if you didn't come to the event, we hope that you heard it on whatever your preferred medium for listening to podcasts is and enjoyed the live
experience,
the episode. Yeah, exactly.
I hope it entices you to come out to our next one, which will be in 6 months at least.
I don't know. I kind of got the bug. Now that we have the technology to go places and talk, I kind of want to do more of them like that.
Make sure you do come out, though. The crowd's lively, and there's special giveaways at the end that you won't get to hear on the actual episodes ever.
That's true. Right. Yeah, if you only listen to the episode, you actually there were a couple parts that you missed. So yeah, to truly have the live Beacon House experience, you've got to be there.
Be there. Be square.
Square. Rhombus.
Yes.
Trapezoidal.
Be there. Be acute angle.
An acute angle.
Be.
Right.
That was obtuse of you.
I've always been just like a mediocre angle.
I love this non-Euclidean jokes.
Oh my God. Grant lit me up at work for the use of non-Euclidean. It's just, I pulled the thesaurus out big time and just rattled off this nonsensical sentence of a bunch of big words that were all like 12 syllables long. And he was like, Hunter, just fucking stop it. And I was like, no, it's non-Euclidean vocabulary.
That's not. You're gonna eventually. One day you're gonna get struck by someone.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Spencer finally gets the joke.
Maybe not. Anyway.
That's a Letterkenny thing. Yes, it has been raining like a motherfucker for the 3 days, and
let's talk about the phone call that we just overheard.
Oh yeah,
Christ! Are we going to talk about that?
Hunter's mom just called.
Let's get this while it's fresh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay.
You tell the story.
I don't know. We're not saying good or bad. We're just saying that. Okay, so there's a massive flood in Knoxville. A lot of people know that, and it really did cause a lot of problems. We're definitely not poking fun at it. I know, like people lost cars, they lost property, and so far only one part. Did you see the video of the guy that went down the stream over in Fountain City on the big pink flamingo?
A lot of people got mad about that.
Why?
Because they said that it was stupid for him to do that because it just tells other kids to go do the same thing, and it's super dangerous.
Well, it is.
Even though he posted, "This is dangerous. I did this in a controlled environment with a lot of safety people around. Do not try this at home."
Yeah,
so
I mean that's good on him, but it is still stupid. Like I get that part. that type of
is it Darwinism?
Is that that's what I was going to say. That's kind of like choosing to drive around a barricade and or barrier.
Okay,
so what, of people.
All right, so what they're talking about is, so the flood affected a lot of people differently. I didn't particularly have any big problems. My yard was a big puddle, still is today. But like, the flood, has started to go over. The waters are receding, and there weren't any like big major things, except there was at least one fatality from it, where a guy over off Peters Road. Am I getting this right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, South Peters Road.
Guy over South Peters Road drove around a barricade. So they had the road blocked, saying, "Don't drive on this. The water's too deep. It's dangerous." The guy went around it, drove right into the fucking water.
It's down the hill, right by you go up the hill at the 4-way light or little 3-way intersection there, and there's a La Petite.
Yep.
Right here on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
And from there, you can see orange signs that says road closed ahead, road closed ahead, all the way for the 150 yards going down the hill.
It's a huge
And then you get down to the bottom of the hill, and there's 4 road close signs put up that says road closed, and there's a lake going from that all the way to the next light.
Right.
It's huge lake of water.
Yeah. Yes.
Like there's a light that's in the apartment complex right there, that just the top of it's hanging out. And if you go stand in that light, it's about 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
So that it tells you how deep it is.
Okay, so the thing that they're really alluding to, though, is...
Hunter just took a phone call.
My mother called to tell me about it. I had not heard about this. And slipping from my mouth was something that I hold to be true, but do feel bad about saying.
No. You don't get to backpedal now.
I'm not backpedaling. I'm just saying...
You said something that I should have said.
That's fair. Casey's just jealous that he didn't say it, is what it is.
Oh, I didn't want to
So
hurt
let me set this up for the listener. Like, Hunter's hearing about this for the first time, like a couple minutes ago. He's on the phone. He's like, yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, the guy drove where? Oh, he went around the barricade. And like, just go ahead and explain your honest reaction.
The first thing out of my mouth was, that sounds like Darwinism at its finest to me.
Zing.
Now, let me say real quick, I do not feel like it's okay for him to have died, and I'm sad for any of the people in his life that have to deal with this, and I'm sad that he himself is dead. The comment was specifically directed at the fact that he chose to drive around a barricade, and then after that,
at full speed, I think,
had other people like waving at him apparently and telling him to stop. And then you guys can Google it, and that's fine.
I think this is the biggest ad for don't text and drive, because I'm pretty sure that's probably what he was doing.
It might have been something like that. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows the circumstances? The way that I read about it, the particular article that I saw, it kind of almost sounded like the guy might have been like,
it sounded like he was trying to kill himself.
Perhaps. Like he just kept going, and people were like, he had a lot of chances to be, warned off, and he just kept going. So again, we don't know for sure, but the whole point of telling us that this, now that we're getting into this, it sounds super fucking insensitive, and I didn't mean for it to. It was just like we were hearing Hunter hear about it for the first time, and Hunter goes, that just sounds like advanced Darwinism to me.
And me and Spencer, who are in the middle of a conversation, overhear this and both stop and stare at Hunter like he's the worst person in the world.
I felt like it as soon as I said it.
Well, and again, these are not mutually exclusive incidents. Of course, if something bad happened to the guy, we're not in favor of people getting killed, and we're not in favor of people like having life-threatening accidents and stuff like that. Like, we're not a proponent of that, and we're certainly not trying to poke fun at him or his family or anything like that. So before you get your panties in a twist, Beacon House is not in favor of like mass genocide. But having said that, our job with this podcast and with anything that we do is to comment on the things we see in life and its relation to all the other things in life. And it, at the 2018 didn't prove this. 2019 certainly is proving it. Things get stupider and stupider as we go on. So you have to just
take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and don't drive around barricades into lakes of water.
Yeah, don't drive in the water.
Yeah.
Hey,
is that what we take from 2019, February 2019? Don't drive in water.
That's wonderful.
That's the biggest lesson, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope to God nobody that knows this person is one of our listeners. Like, I'd like to avoid that. And if you are, I am so sorry that this person has been taken from your life. And I hope that all of
Hunter
you guys
just thinks he's dumb as shit.
Do well and
don't give a fucking eulogy, okay? You already said it was Darwinism.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but what the fuck, though?
Sorry. He's turning red right now.
It's because I'm ashamed of myself.
Don't grow conscious.
Also,
don't grow feelings now, buddy. Okay, you're already like, fuck that guy in the water. Have fun at your watery grave. Fucking,
That's why you can wash it away next Sunday at church. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, Pirates of the Caribbean, way to not get out of the car. That's what you were like earlier. Fucking
good God. I love, for some reason, you two over the last week of us taking a break have turned more into me than I initially wanted.
I don't know.
Like, I knew feeding my DNA into your drinks.
Hey, we mean no disrespect. Okay, just like some shit happened. Okay, like, so what else? You guys got any other stuff going
I discovered something over the weekend. I want to share with you guys.
Lay it on me, Jack.
Do you guys know who Jose Canseco is?
Kinda,
famous baseball player.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend.
Sure.
He was in Space Jam, right?
I don't know. Was he?
He's being a dick. Space Jam was about
Well,
basketball.
but I think at one point in Space Jam, Michael Jackson talks about his baseball career. Doesn't he?
Oh, he might have.
Michael
actually.
Jackson or Michael Jordan?
Did I say Jackson?
Michael Jackson played baseball?
Yeah. He also wanted to be Spider-Man. Michael Jordan. So anyways.
Those two are easy to get mixed up.
Yeah, of course.
The only thing Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan have in common is that they were both like super, super famous and rich, and it might have at one point been black.
So anyways, Jose Canseco tweeted out.
They did a video together too.
Did they?
Eddie Murphy was in it too. He's also black.
Okay, I'm sorry. Michael Jordan was in Space Jam, not Michael Jackson. I apologize.
Off to the worst possible start.
I disagree. This is
my God.
This is fantastic, I think.
I'm going to go drive in a lake. Anyways,
You know, if this gets published, it's there forever. Like, we're never going to be able to take it out.
edit.
That's the exciting part about the podcast. Like we come on here and we just talk honestly.
Hey,
we shoot our fucking
look,
mouth off.
I'll say it right now.
Say things we don't mean, and then we have to fucking live with them.
Say things we don't mean. They're all in favor of a joke, even if it's a poor in taste joke.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you get mad and blow us up on Facebook and post everywhere and make news sources talk about us because we made fun of something negative, thank you. Because
we
bad
appreciate
publicity is still publicity.
God.
And you made us way more famous than we actually are by putting us out there. So appreciate
Well,
it.
that's the end of that.
See you guys at the movies.
So what did Michael Jackson do?
Nothing. Jose Canseco tweeted out on
damn
January
right.
30th. I'm going to read these tweets, and I want you guys to...
Wait, when did these come out? When
January 30th?
January 30th, 2019.
Okay.
All right, so Jose Canseco on January 30th tweeted out, "We are in communication with aliens with a very flexible body composition called the AI-51.
Okay.
These aliens are going to teach us how to try and time travel. I'm sorry. These aliens are going to try and teach us how to try and travel. The brain can physically travel without the body.
Wait.
No periods. Yeah.
Wait.
One more time.
He's reading this as it was sent out.
These aliens are going to teach us how to try and travel. The brain can physically travel without the body. Aliens have been trying to teach us how to time travel, but first we have to change our body composition, which we are not willing to do. We have tried with animals and it has failed. Time travel puts 42,651 pounds of pressure on the human skeleton structure. Can you detach the brain from the body and equalize the pressure? It could be done."
So wait, once we learn how to dive into the Marianas Trench, we'll be able to time travel safely? Is that what he's saying? It's just the physical...
I
He's
read...
saying that fucking guy that drove into the puddle was trying to time travel?
Oh my God.
Can we leave that alone?
It makes it worse when you say he's driving into a puddle.
Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's going to come back and be like, ha shit, I went back to the minute before I went around that barricade.
Fuck, that's a bit too far, I think.
Weird.
Oh, shit.
At this point, I'm literally just vamping on a concept. I don't know this guy. I'm not making fun of the guy. I'm so sorry. Look, so Jose Canseco is all of a sudden, does he have any history of being a whack job like this?
Apparently here recently, yes.
Also, let me say this before we go further. I don't think that that's completely that bizarre. Like, I believe in order...
Really?
Listen. Just strictly from like a physics perspective, they've known for a long time that in order for us to like travel massive distances to like other galaxies and stuff, like we're gonna have to do something completely different than physical movement through space and time. Like if you put a guy on a ship and try to send him to like another galaxy or something like that, he's gonna die before the ship ever gets there. Almost no matter how fast it goes. There's literally going to have to be something where you change the physiology of like reality. You're going to have to like go through a rip in time, or you're going to have to do something, or you have to become not physical atoms anymore. And you know what I mean? Like you're going to have to travel as energy or as a consciousness or something like that. That's not actually that crazy of a concept. But the fact that this fucking famous baseball player has decided to reveal it on Twitter and also with poor grammar like that, that's a little unsettling.
So I heard about this through another podcast and went and looked it up and read a few more of these.
There's a picture of like Jose Canseco in like a giant chicken costume, like right on the front page.
The tweet before that was like a very normal tweet, like, you know, man, these chicken tenders are great. That kind of like, I don't think that's what he said, but so it was like that. And then like a month later, he's just like, the aliens, they're talking to me. Whoa. We're going to time travel.
Yeah,
And what the fuck? They have a very flexible body composition called AI51. What?
I got nothing.
And also,
is that a size you can find at Target? Like, I don't know.
Where did he get the stat of time travel puts 42,651 pounds of pressure on the human skeletal structure?
All I'm gonna say is,
how do you know that?
Listen, if what he's saying was true, this is exactly what it would look like if he told you about it.
Oh.
He would know all these weird things.
Here's the thing. If time travel ever becomes real and becomes a thing,
right,
and he turns out to be true, people will go back and get those tweets, which we are now making fun of, and be like, Jose Canseco knew. And it would be like part of history.
Fuck, and it would turn out Beacon House was making fun of all this shit, and it turns out it was the bridge to a new society.
Apparently, like if you go on Twitter and look these up, people are just demolishing him.
Like what if we're wrong? What if Canseco?
But you can call him, or not him, but you can call to set up to investigate this yourself. 12 days ago, from his official Twitter, he posted, "Come spend the day with me and my alien buddies. I'll show you Bigfoot and a real alien. Call Morgan at 702-374-3735.
Call it right now. Call it on the. He gave the phone number. Yeah. Call it right now on the show. See what they say.
I don't fucking want the Bigfoot
fucking text
alien
them.
things to. What
text
do you
them
call
and
it?
Text them because I'm fucking over here operating the computer.
I would love if you called it.
Fucking, can you text it right now and just go, hey, what's up? This is the Beacon House podcast. What up with them aliens?
I don't know if they want to be associated
what do you know about
with
them aliens,
driving into
brah?
a puddle podcast.
Fucking put, hey, what's up? Should we mess with aliens?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it'll charge your account.
Yeah, that's. Oh no,
somebody
that's
fucking
the other thing.
text
Thank
that
you,
number.
Casey.
Text
it. When you call, it sets up here. I went to Fox News for this. By the way, it was just what popped up on Google.
It does something if you call.
If you call, it's to. The news outlet.
It goes to like the Waffle House in Grand Rapids or something.
So Morgan is apparently his manager and girlfriend, according to this article.
Okay.
So you'd be calling his. I guess that means he put his girlfriend's phone number out there.
Great.
Smart.
The trip is a real thing, and it's limited to 5 lucky individuals for the low price of $5,000.
That means us plus 2 more. Let's fucking go see Bigfoot.
Can Stan pay for the whole thing?
I don't know. He's in school.
Glenn
right
Jacobs
now.
can. Does he want to come on the podcast for that?
Let's
episode?
right now. If anybody can get Glenn Jacobs to go with us to meet Bigfoot with Jose Canseco, we will take back everything we said about that guy that drove in the water.
Fuck!
Stop it!
Oh my god! You're gonna render this episode unpublishable.
Look.
He is never coming on the podcast after
Text
that.
that fucking number and go. I want to call them. Hand me the phone and be like, I want to talk to Bigfoot. Like. This is a famous guy that maybe has some power and credibility that is offering.
I'm pretty sure if it was 12 days ago, that phone has probably been turned off because of
I'm
all
sure
the
it
dick
has.
pics it received.
Is that
Bigfoot doesn't want your dick pics?
We don't know that because we haven't
But
found
Jose
him.
Canseco's girlfriend definitely got him.
Ooh, shit.
Her phone got littered with all sorts of weird shit.
Is the title for this episode libel and slander? Is that what it is?
I feel like I just need to make a statement on behalf of Beacon House right now that
I think the episode should be called Puddle Pirates.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming at you off these long, lonely airwaves.
I'm gonna just my
The
final.
members of your local Beacon House podcast would like to formally
Which
apologize.
is, by the way, what the other military forces call the Coast Guard.
If,
as a mean joke.
if our lapse in taste has offended anybody, which may or may not be limited to that guy that drove in the puddle, if he still went back in time and he's out there listening, Bigfoot, Jose Canseco, or his girlfriend, or anybody from the Waffle House in Grand Rapids, Michigan, we at the Beacon House would like to formally apologize. Now, moving forward from that.
I was making fun of the decision, not the death. Hunter's throwing that out there.
Me too. So, and also, I am so fucking upset that we didn't call that number and talk to Bigfoot.
You want to call it?
No, it'll be
Well,
some.
that's a good point, though, that Casey brought up. That was 12 days ago.
Right.
I guarantee you that thing is shut down.
Can you read the number one more time? We'll get all of our listeners to call it, and then get like the first listener to talk to Bigfoot gets to come on the podcast and tell the story.
You have to pay $5,000 to meet him, though.
First one of you to call this number and actually set up an appointment with the aliens and separate your mind from your physiology and go back in time or whatever. Get that guy, the car like comes back.
I would love to get aliens on the podcast, but I don't think they will after we made fun of that person.
You don't know, man. You don't know. I'm just all saying we're narcissistic enough to feel like everybody wants to hear what we have to say. What's to make think aliens are any different?
Well, because aliens are more advanced than us. That's the whole point of their ability to do
Are
what
they?
Yeah.
Are aliens
Yeah.
more advanced? Or
How
are
do you
aliens
know that, though?
So
What if aliens are just? What if aliens are just from a different
Thanks for
part of
answering my
space
question.
where they gained space travel earlier? What if they're still struggling with like real bad things, like how many times a day to masturbate?
Is that a?
Were you about to say, is that a problem people don't have? Go ahead, keep talking, buddy. Keep talking. Let's get that. Let's get
How
the
much-
listeners in on that.
How much is too much?
Back
to find out,
back to
for
Bigfoot.
just the low fee of $5,000.
Yep.
How much masturbation is too much masturbation? That
For-
part we
for
added,
a
though.
Bigfoot.
But if you want to go hunt Bigfoot and meet Jose Canseco's alien buddies, it says 12 days ago, mind you. Call Morgan at 702-374-3735.
Morgan, reach out to us. We got to know what's going on up there.
Should I call somebody to call the number?
I'm just more like, we can't get in trouble for publishing that, right? Because it's published here from
It's
him
public
publishing
domain.
it.
That's public domain, buddy. Thanks, social media.
Yeah.
Holy
They've ruined the
shit.
lives of aliens, Bigfoot, and fucking Jose Canseco's girlfriend. So check it out. I got a couple things here.
Anything to get away from the first.
Yeah, we
half
need to
of
we need
this
to move forward a little bit.
episode.
Okay, look, I want to talk. This is sort of a revisit to some things maybe we talked about a little earlier in the podcast. This is actually a big part of our live show. We talked about the thing Hunter said when he goes, "How come we can get a live feed going past like the moon or the Mars or
I
whatever?"
thought we were going to talk about deviled eggs.
I can't get Wi-Fi in the bathroom. Have you heard? Elon Musk has proposed an idea now where he not only wants to get Hunter Wi-Fi in the bathroom, he wants to get the entire world
Wi-Fi for free.
free Wi-Fi. And he's invested a shit ton of money in it, and Google just threw $1 billion at it.
At his thing?
Yes, in support of it. Because guess what? If everybody has free Wi-Fi, guess who fucking wins? Google does.
Google.
Okay, so check it. The losers would be these, like the biggest, these fucking lecherous cable companies.
What's that guy? What's the CDs?
I don't know.
What's his name? The guy.
CD
that no one-
Projekt Red?
All these
No,
companies are ripping you off to give you
FDA.
access to the internet. It sucks. But check it out. The way they propose to do this is by launching 4,425 satellites into the atmosphere simultaneously, spread across the globe, would provide enough, I guess, coverage for everyone on Earth to have free Wi-Fi, no limit, blah, 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 blah.
If they launch that simultaneously, wouldn't that just rupture like 20% of the ozone layer in the first place?
See, I don't know, and there's
Just
supposed to
leave
be
it
some.
split open.
It's not a perfect plan. Like they're supposedly struggling with a lot of stuff. Like there's already quite a few satellites in orbit too, so they're afraid of them running into each other and falling to Earth. You know,
Of course they are. That's fine. We'll get a Cloverfield movie out of it.
possibly. But anyway, like that's the curious motivations behind a man like Elon Musk. You know, you think about this guy who already like opened up all of his patents on his like renewable energy sources and stuff like that, like gave up his potential to make shitloads of money off this stuff. Just here, have it. You know, also the thing like let's give everybody free Wi-Fi. I mean, the guy's making decisions that financially don't make a whole lot of sense. I know he's already loaded, you know, but like it's kind of this,
Yeah, but Google threw $1 billion at it all of a sudden. So
yeah, and I mean,
And the guy I was thinking of, by the way, is the FCC chairman, Ajit Pai.
Okay, I gotcha.
Mm.
Well, and supposedly Elon Musk's biggest inspiration is the namesake of his company, Tesla, Nikola Tesla, the inventor of radio, and you know everybody knows that guy. Like,
Edison?
shut up.
Oh, you mean the thief?
Yeah, you're so wrong. You're so wrong that there's even a band named after that. But which, for the record, that's the awesome '80s rock band Tesla that was named after the. They even had an album called "The Great Radio Controversy," where it incredibly throughout the, other than having a wonderful ballad called "Love Song," also said that Nikola Tesla was the inventor of radio.
Right.
Not,
I'm just
not
salty.
Edward Marconi and not stolen by Edison. So shut the fuck up.
I'm just
I also
salty that
just
people
wanna-
don't know who actually wrote Shakespeare's plays still.
I'm upset that it really seems like you guys have just turned into me. You're making horrible dark jokes and talking about Elon Musk and Tesla.
I feel like by saying that you're giving yourself like a reverse compliment.
I am. Pat myself on the back.
Pat yourself on the back for that.
Rubbing
Casey.
off on you guys.
No, dude. Well, speaking of space, let's go ahead. And this is going to be just as soon as I got done making fun. Okay, we weren't making fun of an actual human death, but we sounded like we were making fun of an actual human death. And now we're going to have this like big memorial thing. But let's talk about the Mars rover.
Oh, man.
That was,
No, let's go.
Did you hear what the last thing it said? It's getting dark.
yeah.
Did you know that while it was still functional, I started to say alive. While it was still functioning, the Mars rover was programmed to sing itself "Happy Birthday"
Yep.
every year.
How
Out on
awesome
the-
is that?
Out in this barren wasteland, no oxygen. You want to talk about the
You say barren
ultimate-
wasteland, no oxygen. I say future home.
Why did they program it to do this?
I don't know. Programmers probably just thought it would be cute and it would be worth like a news story or something like that.
But it's dark though. Like AI can learn for
why did they give it a
now.
fucking
Like,
Twitter account? Why did they like have it?
But that's the point though. Like technology has reached a point where we've programmed it into an actual artificial intelligence that is real and out there. It's just not weaponized Cyberdyne style yet.
No, and that is scary for the thing to like have choices.
For computers to be able to think and learn from things without input from man, at that point we've...
Yeah. I think it's terribly sad though and it was only supposed to apparently it was only supposed to last like 15 months or something, and it lasted like 12 years.
Yeah.
Or something crazy like that. And it was still driving around, still collecting samples, still sending back data, and like finally it like died. And
The Mars rover final message was, "My battery is low. It's getting dark."
It's so fucking
Do you know
sad.
why its battery was getting low? Did you guys hear about this?
It got covered up in a sandstorm or something, right?
So, and this is something that you guys are going to make fun of me because you're like, you want to go there? Yes, I do. Anyways, so the Mars rover runs off solar battery. It needs sunlight to, recharge its shit. Makes sense. So, the Mars rover got hit by a planet-wide dust storm. Like, apparently there was a dust storm that covered the entire planet of Mars. And just ripped it to shreds.
fucked its shit up.
And so before it got there,
Took its lunch money.
took the sun out, and it started getting darker and darker. And that's when the rover was like, "It's getting dark. My battery's low. It's getting dark."
So what are the chances that when that blows over that it might come back to life?
I think it's already blown over, and it's just been.
It would be like a weird robotic Mars Jesus.
I want.
Jesus?
Think about this. What happens if somebody finally gets there and they find the rover, and they can just like turn it back on?
Or what if they finally get there and they don't find the rover? It finds them, and it's turned into this fucking horrible thing.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, dude.
That's like a great sci-fi horror movie.
Straight up. The quest to say,
Someone-
I think they should bring
You
it
left
back.
me here, and just like murders a bunch of people.
Fuck, that could
fuck
be
yeah,
the
that's rad. Yeah,
that could be the sequel to our upcoming
it
October.
could be, yeah. The trailer could say Mars rover, our friend? Question mark. Fucking. There could be this thing where they go to it, but like, I think they should go get it. I think they should now. That should be. I think that should be the first manned mission to Mars. Is bring back the rover. They should treat it just like a soldier that they do when they go into like another country to.
But what if they
retrieve a body from
take it
conflict.
away from its secret Martian family that it hid from us, and it gets really sad?
You know what? I would expect you to come up with some melodramatic shit like that.
I don't. You can.
What if it's gotten used to its new home and it has a nice little flower bed and they bring it back to Earth with all this horrible smog? Just shut up.
It's always
I've
dark
had it.
here.
I've had it with you. That's right. Yeah,
So-
no sympathy for the guy in the puddle, but this fucking robot on Mars.
can-
Oh my
you
God,
can-
you'll never leave it alone.
You can find this picture on. I'm not gonna. You can find this picture on the internet of the Mars dust storm. The first picture is taken on May 28th.
What's it look like?
And the other picture is taken on July 1st, and it shows before and during.
Oh, it's just a picture of Mars.
Yeah.
With this. Yeah. It
But
looks,
that's so that it's a global super dust storm that hit Mars.
cool. Can't wait to
just-
get there. You
and-
numb nuts.
That's gonna
This
be
sounds
great.
like Cobra Commander was based on Mars and used the Weather Dominator to shut down.
Yeah. Imagine.
Shut up, you nerd.
Yeah. Imagine being in that fucking dust storm when you're out there trying to grow potatoes in your own poop.
He's not going to make the same mistakes that Matt Damon did.
Matt Damon. Anyways, I
Look at me.
I'm really sad about the Mars rover.
Like initially hearing it, I got so sad. I got to just thinking about like how desolate it was and like how like space. Here's the thing about space. Space is fucking lonely. Think about it. Do you remember hearing that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm going to sound crazy if you don't know what I'm talking about, but they I think it was one of the satellites or the Apollo satellite. You guys might want to Google this while I'm talking, or I'm going to sound like an idiot. And they put like they sent it out into space. Voyager. It was the Voyager satellite back in the late 70s, I think.
it's just going and going.
It's just going and going. And they put all this stuff on it in case anybody finds it. And one of the things they put on it was a record that could be played. And it's like a gold record with various songs from down through history. And it comes with a record player. So even if they don't know exactly, like if they don't own, if it gets picked up by a civilization or technology that's not hip enough to have a cool vinyl
What if
player.
it gets picked up by a civilization that has sensitive hearing and they play it and like
It fucks them, ruins them?
Their heads start exploding and they think it's an attack from Earth.
Yeah, and they fuck, let's go get them, or they've never heard sound, and sound melts their eyeballs or something,
Yeah.
and they're like, so fucking, but no, it's supposed to have they put it in a record player, so if anybody actually does find it, unless it's just like a Planet of Savages, somebody could play it pretty easily. But one of the things they put on it is this record, and one of the songs on the record is by this guy, Blind Willie. I should have Googled this before I started talking about it. It's this old blues guy, and it's the saddest fucking story. The story is, you guys, Blind Willie Johnson, I think might have been the guy's name. Are you Googling this? Fact check me on this.
I think he's just looking at Facebook.
I'm not looking.
I think it's
I'm
Blind
Googling
Willie
space
Johnson.
stuff, though.
And it's a song called like The Longest Loneliest Night or something. And a lot of the other stuff.
Dark was the night, cold was the ground.
Holy shit, that's it. Dude, a lot of the other music on this record is supposed to represent like the whole human race and like the history of the human race. So there's a lot of classical music on there and a lot of like big and like, you know, there's probably like real popular pieces of music, you know. But they took this dirty, weird blues song, that one, and it was, was it Blind Willie Johnson?
Yep.
Okay. And they put it on there. And so if you go like on YouTube and Google it, you can hear the song. Man, it's supposed to be the sound of ultimate human suffering. And it is the loneliest, saddest thing you've ever heard. And the story of this Blind Willie Johnson guy is he was a poor blues musician, and when he was a kid, he caught like his stepdad like cheating on his mom or something terrible like that. There was domestic violence or something, and he tried to stop him, and they threw like lye or something in his eyes, blinded him.
Jesus.
Been blind his whole life from an act of violence, okay? And he grows up, and he can't see, and he's like poor, and he gets picked on and abused his whole fucking life. He becomes a blues musician. And he's actually gets pretty good, but again, like uneducated, poor. He somehow like had a house somebody gave to him like that. The fucking house burned down in a fire, and he was blind and had no resources or anything. The guy still lived in the like ruins of the house. And that's where he wrote this song, apparently. It was just like living in this like house with no roof or anything, like getting rained on, and like in the winter came and he like was trying to sleep in the bathtub, and he got pneumonia and literally just died from exposure. It's died alone, lonely, and blind. And this is the sound of that song. Okay, and it is now, just picture that on a fucking satellite hurtling through like the dark, quiet recesses of space.
You're telling me these people are going to get that, like another race of
they're going to hear it and they're going to get sad as fuck.
They're going to hear it, they're going to get sad and send us a get well soon basket.
Well, and I think if you listen to the song,
thinking they're going to call us and be like, "Hey, you okay? You need to talk,
dude." I think if you listen to the song, I don't even know if there are any words. I think he just sort of croons through the song, and it is the most haunting thing you've ever heard, and they chose it because of its like how striking it is. Like apparently no human can listen to it and not be just like super affected by it. Put it on this record, put it on the Voyager satellite, send it out into space. And so that like pretty fucking serious stuff. But when you listen to it, if you go on YouTube, and I'll promise I'll stop talking about it, but like you go on YouTube to listen to the song. What was the name of the song again? Dark Was the Night,
cold was the ground.
Dark was the night, cold was the ground. If you go on YouTube to listen to it, like it'll say songs from the Voyager satellite. Just picture that sound reverberating throughout space as it passes like Pluto and goes to wherever. It will make the hair on your fucking arm stand up.
Shit.
So does the thought of alien life encountering our little time capsule saying, "Hey, this is us, come visit."
It's true.
Now, I will say there's been talks that aliens have already been here and realized that we're just not worth communicating with.
Totally believe that.
And so that there's tons of alien races out there that are like in this big, group, and we're just not a part of it. And that makes me wonder, anytime we see a UFO, is that just like troubled teens flying? hey, let's see how close we can get
Snuck
to
the
Earth.
car out.
Let's see how close we can get to Earth.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go see some
They get back,
narcissism.
Jed, you dumb son of a bitch, they have nukes down there and they fire them too.
Yeah,
Why do the aliens have country accents?
Where do you think the accent came from? Ancient alien
dude,
astronaut
I
theory.
see a lot of, dude, I fucking
You guys
see.
and your accents are shit.
Dude, check it. I see a lot of people who talk about like, they think that we're 100% the product of like alien intervention on Earth,
the seed principle
well,
stuff.
I guess I don't really know what their whole method is, but they do point out like how unlike anything else on Earth we are. Mm-hmm. Like even like there's not even another species that's like a lot different from every other species. A little octopus maybe or something like. But there's nothing else that's like using iPhones and like making TV shows and doing all this crazy stuff. Like even the most advanced normal animals on Earth aren't that different from other animals, and we're just like this weird thing that's way out nowhere, and we've not been around as long as a lot of them too. So again, I'm not saying I believe that, and obviously the fossil record obviously we have ancestors, and I believe in evolution. I believe in that we evolved from.
Maybe we came from that meteor that struck the Earth.
Well, some people think that we were on the path of evolution, evolving from reptiles and what have you, and then something came down and changed like a little thing, or maybe put some they think maybe we have alien DNA in us, and no other animal on Earth has it. But when you hear it explained the right way.
It makes sense.
It kind of makes it, you go, fucking, you're right, man. Like, we're so different from everything else.
Except that our muscular and skeletal structure is identical to all other vertebrates on the planet. It's just proportioned out differently. If you look at a
Shut up,
skeleton,
Hunter, with your stupid logic.
It's true, though. If you look at the
true.
skeleton of
It
a
is true.
horse and the skeleton of a lion, the skeleton of a gorilla, the skeleton of a man,
Right.
it's all the same. Like it's just how long is the distance between the heel and your toes, and whether or not you walk on your toes or the flat of your foot.
Maybe when the aliens came here, they brought all that stuff with them.
Or, well, no, they just say that, like, they think that they came and
Touche.
affected
Maybe our planet was dead.
Well, they say it's all in our brain. It's the brain that makes us different. Like they're not saying that we have different bones, and they're not saying we're aliens. They're saying the aliens came and did something to some particular species, some particular strain of hominids that maybe had just started walking upright, or and they found them and went, all right, that'll work, and then did something, and all of a sudden, a couple thousand years later, here we are, fucking
3 white guys making a podcast.
yeah, the pinnacle of evolution.
Yes.
Shit,
We made it, guys. We made it.
This is about as advanced as you can get.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I love space talk. I love all this weird.
I do too.
Weird
That's one of
talking.
my favorite things. That song, and the idea that it's out in space on the Voyager. Like, oh man,
I really want to talk about the Black Knight satellite soon.
what's that?
Oh, you don't know about the Black Knight satellite?
Dude, that is right up your fucking alley.
Hit me, dude.
Give him
Here,
the...
I'll pull the picture up. You tell the story.
Okay,
what's
well,
up?
here, okay, so Casey's going to have to fact check me on this stuff. I haven't looked at it in a while, but from what I remember...
It sounds like fucking Monty
it's-
Python made a Star Wars movie.
No.
No, a satellite showed up in our solar, in our
It's an
atmosphere.
ancient structure that's been there for a long time.
Okay.
That is in the atmosphere.
Our
And
atmosphere of our planet, or
yeah,
like.
or right
Look at
above
that
it, like
shit.
where satellites go.
Oh no, I saw a picture. Okay. What?
And-
No one's claimed it.
Yeah, no one's claimed it. No one knows what it's there for. Some people
recent?
think it's just floating like a long time ago.
Okay.
That's from the stuff that I read, though. I don't know if that was just people
Here you go.
guessing from when it was found. But
Okay.
All right, let's
This
see
is
here.
in our atmosphere right now.
But this could be like what Casey was talking about, that group of aliens that might be out there, and this is their like our bases in North Korea or South Korea and all that stuff.
Okay.
Like this could be them going. All
The
right,
Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory claims that there is a spacecraft in near polar orbit of the Earth that is of extraterrestrial origin, and that NASA is engaged in covering up regarding its existence and origin. This conspiracy theory combines several unrelated stories into one narrative. So, there you go.
Interesting.
worth your time, worth looking into. We should
It's
talk about it.
definitely weird, and apparently it shows up and then goes away. Like it'll come and go.
But it's also like the structures on Mars and stuff. Like I get that we're programmed naturally to see like faces on toast, and like that's why you see Jesus on toast and all that stuff. So I'm not saying that weird thing you see on the Mars surface is a face, but there's those things that are nearly perfectly geometrically built that are lined up the way that we line up bases here, and like the way that the pyramids were done and
Well,
all
don't
that
they
stuff.
also
and just,
point to our pyramids? I've heard that
I think they do.
I've heard the
Yeah,
pyramid
yeah.
on Mars. The tip of it actually points to the Great Pyramid of Giza.
I think so.
Like
But the main point being, like, there's stuff on alien planets in our own solar system that looks handcrafted in a
Right.
way that nature just doesn't.
maybe
do.
like there were a lot of aliens in our solar system like a long time ago.
right. So,
That'd
but
be cool, right?
just to justify the Black Knight satellite thing
Right.
a little bit.
Well, and again, going back to the space travel thing, allegedly, according to smart people, if something like that, if something like that did happen, we wouldn't see it coming. It would just appear there one day.
Is it going to do the cool part?
I don't know. What the fuck is this?
Casey's trying to suggest the X-Files theme.
There we go.
The truth is out there.
It is.
They should have.
What a great show.
I know they couldn't have because of time, but they should have fucking put that on the the satellite that's just shooting through space
Oh
right now.
shit!
Well, I think
or the
that-
Cops theme song.
I think they launched it in like 78 before.
No,
this.
yeah, way before, but just that would have been great.
Which, by the way, have you guys seen, talking about theme songs and old shows and old shit, Twilight Zone?
It's
Dude, the
previews
new stuff,
They look good.
It looks
It
good.
looks really good.
It looks real good.
The normal preview, I've got to say, the callbacks to the old show, like that fucking gremlin thing just
Yep.
in the water on the
Right,
shore,
right.
that looks good. I love the cast that they have, and I know they're being vague on purpose, but the preview itself is not nearly as good as the like Super Bowl spot.
Sure.
I thought,
I'm stoked for it.
but I'm way on board,
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
and I also love that he's hosting it. That's just great.
He's gonna show up in every episode. It looks like.
I don't think it's a bad choice. I think compared to Rod Serling, he's piss poor. But I mean,
That's in comparison.
who did I
I'd
say
agree
it
with
was?
that. The voice and the
But I think-
inflections and everything, but I think he carries himself and he has the
well,
mystique.
I think
around
he's
him
a
in his
talented
film.
guy, and I think he knows the shoes he's stepping into. And I think
Sorry, Jordan Peele.
Yeah, we could probably have pretty high expectations. I just
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
He's not going to get anywhere near the mark. But here's the good news: the original Twilight Zone may be the greatest TV show of all time. And when I say may, I mean is.
Yeah.
Fucking, but like,
Yeah.
And so the thing is even if they get halfway there, they're going to be 50% ahead of anything else on TV in the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
30 years, you know?
Sweet.
So I'm not shitting on it. It's just like I have so much reverence for the original one.
Same.
Like,
I'm worried about
And-
disappointing myself because of that.
And
well, see, that's what I do. That's why I'm going to I'm trying to clear my fucking mind about the new Pet Cemetery, about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
new Twilight
Just
Zone.
go, and if it's good, be happy.
Yeah.
Tales of the Crypt is also coming back.
That's
Is
cool.
it going to be physical puppet like they're doing with Dark Crystal?
I believe they're bringing.
Can't
dude
wait for
back.
Dark Crystal. Can't
but
wait.
guess who's the showrunner? My favorite. Can you take a guess? My favorite.
Your favorite showrunner?
My favorite director is going to be like all hands in for the new
Oh,
Tales of the Crypt.
no.
Who directed?
That's
Jack,
right.
Who directed Jack and Jill?
That's right.
Not M. Shamalama Ding Dang.
M. Night Shyamalan's
Oh, I
bringing back
forgot
Tales of
about
the
that.
Crypt.
Shit. I don't know.
Yes.
Hey,
I'll
Spencer.
I'll suffer through
It never went off the air. That's the twist.
It did for me, buddy. It
All
did
right.
for me.
Well, we're getting near the end. We're going to wrap this thing up. I just want to say real quick, guys, I have actually put in full force our Twitch channel.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, check it out.
Go check it out Fridays and Saturdays from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. because I'm a night owl. I will be doing a lot of fun stuff on our Twitch. Hopefully soon we can even put up the Twitch and have Hunter and Spencer do a little live music
Love to.
or have Hunter do a live drawing session at some point.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
You can
We
do
need to get
anything
the two
with
of us
Twitch
for like
live.
scary games.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so log in, get Beacon Bits. You don't know what Beacon Bits are, you got to get on the channel and find out.
Fucking
but
A.
I'll
They taste
break up.
good on
I'll break
everything.
up with your girlfriend for you for a certain amount of points.
Yeah, totally.
They're free too. You just have to watch my stream
Yep.
to get your Beacon Bits.
So basically, if you watch enough of our Twitch channel, you can get enough of these things. You can buy Casey to do all your dirty work for you.
That's
That's
right.
right.
I'll call him up and be like, Hunter doesn't like you no more.
Hey,
And
It's
on
all about
that-
the deviled eggs.
And on that note, folks, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. It's been a pleasure talking with you guys, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got.
hey, be careful out there and be better than us. Don't be assholes.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty good advice.
Oh my.